How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Unveiled channel. In today's video we'll be talking about a coin that I'm super bullish on, and I'm sure basically most people who are watching this video will also be super bullish about this coin. Of course, before we do get started in the video though, of course, if you are new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button as we post daily cryptocurrency content. And of course, guys, like I said in every video, this is not financial advice, this is strictly entertainment purposes only, so make sure you go out and do your own research and come to your own conclusion before investing into any coins or tokens that I mentioned in my videos. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. So if you haven't guessed it already, today's video is of course going to be about a highly requested cryptocurrency, which is of course going to be Casper, or KAS for short. I'm just doing another video on Casper today because, of course, like I said at the start, I'm of course super bullish about Casper, and we're getting to in this video we're actually getting to why this actually is. Make sure you do watch the whole video because I'll be going over, like I have in previous videos, I'll be going over different categories which I believe that different types of investors are going to be in. So we're going to have more conservative investors, and then, you know, super ambitious investors, and I'll be also talking about, you know, the expected gains within each of those different categories, and of course right at the end give my personal price prediction and what category I personally fall into with Casper. So yeah, like I said with Casper, I'm super bullish on it. I'm sure basically everyone who's watching this video is also super bullish on it. So the first part of the video, we'll just go over looking at, you know, the sort of update about Casper, how it's doing in the markets, the price and the market cap, as well as, you know, a few other statistics. So you can see on the daily chart here, you can see that Casper had a tiny bit of a spike here, a little bit of a spike, and then of course, you know, it had a bit of a fall here, dropping down. But of course, if we look in, you know, last day, it's only down, you know, 0.54%, which, you know, is very minuscule numbers, especially in the cryptocurrency market with how volatile it's being. You know, you can easily see cryptocurrencies going up 5 to 10% in a day, but then also dropping 5 to 10% in a day very easily. So this is nothing to worry about at all. If we look at the 7-day chart, you can see that Casper has actually been pumping heavily in the last week or so. I believe I haven't made a Casper video in over a week or so now, so I haven't really checked up on Casper, how Casper's doing, so I wanted to keep it fresh for this video. So I would sort of be surprised at in myself how Casper is actually doing as well. So you can see here Casper had a little bit of a spike here, was fairly stagnant, had a little bit of a dip, and in the last few days you can see how much Casper has already started to pump up. And guys, you have to remember, with all these times that I'm looking at all these coins at the moment, you know, we're in 2023 at the moment, you've got to realize and understand that we are still in a bear market, guys. I cannot even begin to stress how, you know, how crazy these coins could be. The coins which I'm bullish about and I talk about in these videos, especially Casper. You know, if it's pumping during the bear market when, you know, there's not a lot of new money coming into and new investors coming into the market, can you imagine when the bull run does eventually does hit again, how crazy these cryptocurrencies will go, especially with a coin, you know, such a promising coin like Casper. We go to the monthly chart here, you can see that it's actually down around, it's fluctuating between 16 and 19%. However, you know, I do believe that it can definitely recover back up to what it was a month ago for sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, I believe that, you know, these cryptocurrencies such as Casper have these, you know, they have these short little run-ups, and of course they are always due a correction when people, you know, like to pull out their money and sort of review their sort of position in different cryptocurrencies. So yeah, not worried about this little dip down in the last month about Casper for sure. I mean, because like I said, if you look in the last 7 days, you can see it's actually up 14% in the last 7 days. So it's already starting to make a rebound, you know, back up to its price that it was at the last month. If we look at the yearly price here, you can see that of course it's up over 943% on the year. You can see that actually, how I mentioned before, it had a big spike here in early 2023, and it's had another huge spike up in, you know, in the last month. I believe it's in the last month where it's had another huge spike up and actually hit an all-time high. And once again, guys, this is in a bear market, guys. You know, I cannot keep, I know I keep saying and you know, going on about this, but if this is how the price is looking right now in a bear market, I don't even know what it's going to be like in a bull market. And you can see here in the last week how this little spike up here, it looks only small on the chart, but you can see how it's started to, you know, very quickly starting to rebound back up again. If we look if we actually scroll back up here, it will actually show a little bit about the market cap. You can see that the market cap of Casper is currently sitting at $789 million, with the 24-hour volume actually down 37%, currently sitting at $14.7 million. You can see that the current circulating supply of Casper is around 71% of its total supply, and it's just over 20.5 billion Casper coins, with its max supply at just over 28.7 billion Casper coins. You can see the fully diluted market cap is, of course, that is taken into account of the total supply. Max supply is at just around or just over $1.1 billion. So yeah, super promising for Casper. I will now go into what actually Casper actually is. Of course, if you know what Casper actually is already, of course, you can skip this part of the video and skip straight to the expectations for Casper, and put yourself in these different categories. But for all the new people who don't actually know what Casper is, I've been talking a big game about Casper and how promising it is. Casper, to put it very simply, I guess I'll read the first bit on their official website. Casper is the fastest open source, decentralized and fully scalable layer 1 in the world. So you can see huge, very, very big claims here from Casper. I do actually believe that they have the proof to actually back up their claims. And I do actually believe that Casper actually is now the fastest, so they're not just saying that, they believe Casper is the fastest. They know 100%, Casper is the fastest. And why I keep going on about why I'm so bullish about Casper, one of the main reasons why I'm so bullish on Casper is because it solves basically solves one of the most early founding issues of cryptocurrencies. You guys know a bit of backstory. You guys know when Bitcoin was first released. Of course, it is, the reason why crypto is actually called cryptocurrency is because it is meant to originally be used for an alternative currency to fiat currency. These were meant to be alternative currencies for people who don't want to be using, fiat. However, over the years, we started to realize that Bitcoin isn't as scalable and as usable as it was originally, thought out to be, because, of how many people started to use Bitcoin. In the 2021 bull run, when loads of people were using Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example, the whole network slowed down very, very much, and the fees that people were paying just to send their currency was absolutely ridiculous. With Ethereum, it was hundreds of dollars sometimes. Bitcoin was even even $10 to $50 is still stupidly high for basically people who want to send a little bit of Bitcoin. Basically, this made this impossible for them because the transaction fee was actually more than what they actually wanted to send. So of course, this was just not a good solution for people who wanted to use Bitcoin for the actual purpose that it was actually created for, which is of course to be used as currency to trade it with and send and receive between different people. And so basically, this is why Casper was actually created to be basically. I will be referring to I'm sure in many videos before. Casper is basically the Bitcoin killer. Do I believe that Casper will actually, kill off Bitcoin? I don't believe that Casper will actually kill off Bitcoin because, now people see more Bitcoin as more of like a sort of store of value, similar to how people see gold. People put their money into Bitcoin in the hopes that Bitcoin will actually rise and increase their amount of money that they put into. So, I say that this, Casper is the Bitcoin killer. I only say that in the aspect of, it's basically doing what Bitcoin was originally meant to be created for. However, just doing it, extremely, much, much better, So, nowadays, like I said, Bitcoin is now used as a store of value. So, Casper is basically why so many people are so bullish about Casper is because, hopefully people will see Casper as like the new Bitcoin to be used as the number one crypto to be used for transactions in the cryptocurrency space, which of course, like I keep saying, was the main reason why crypto was originally actually created. It's got a little bit more about Casper here, so you can see that the hashing algorithm of Casper is actually called K-heavy hash, and this is extremely popular. I'm not sure if it still is extremely popular. However, in the last few weeks, it was extremely popular with miners because they brought out new miners which strictly mine onto the K-heavy hash, and many people were super bullish about Casper just because of the hashing algorithm and actually mining Casper, just that alone. Like I said, circulating supply just over 20.5 billion Casper coins, max supply 28.7, and of course market cap just over $790 million. If we scroll down to Casper key features here, of course it just goes into a little bit more detail like I've just said. Fastest transactions, instant confirmation, which is of course super unique about Casper, and of course scalability, which is again one of the most important things with cryptocurrency, because if a cryptocurrency is not scalable and the cryptocurrency starts to be used by many people and the network starts to slow down and the fees start to increase, then these people are going to start looking for alternative cryptocurrencies to actually suit their needs, for example. Of course, they've got efficient proof of work, which is of course is also super important in cryptocurrency. As more and more people start to look at the environment, they want to actually invest into cryptocurrencies which actually care about the environment and are efficient as well. Of course, security super important, and they've also got a unique feature where they've actually combined two different things and created a new unique feature called Block DAG as well. And they've also got a little bit about the wallets and a few different decentralized apps on the Casper blockchain as well. So the final part of the video here I just want to get into will be, of course, like I said, going over the different sort of categories which I believe that different investors will be into, and you can sort of look at these different categories and put yourself into what category you believe you are actually in. So I guess this is just sort of for the people who it's just to help out the people who want to set a goal for Casper, and they want to set a goal. So what's your goal of when you actually want to get out of Casper? However, I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this video who are like very hardcore Casper fans and will be staying in this for a very long term, which I've of course got a category for you guys as well. And then of course after this I'll be going into my personal price prediction as well and putting myself into one of these categories. So starting off, we've got the super conservative short-term category. So these are the people who just want to sort of trade Casper. They maybe see they are passionate about Casper. They believe in what they're doing. However, they are just trying to make a quick bit of profit. So I've put for super conservative 2x the price at the moment. You would be looking at around a market cap of around $2 billion, and the price of Casper would be sitting around, this is around 8 to 9 cents, for example. And I've just put here, for example, invest $1,000. Of course, you're 2xing your investment, and you will be receiving $2,000. And I've put where this will actually be sitting around on the rankings will be around HBAR, Ethereum Classic, around that sort of level. So if we look here, you can see around the $2 billion market cap, you'll be looking, like I said, around the HBAR, Ethereum Classic, and maybe even pushing it towards the Atom sort of thing. And do I believe that Casper has the potential to overtake all these coins? 100%, not a doubt in my mind. If we scroll down to the next one, we've got conservative category, which I've put as a 5x return. And for that 5x, we'll be looking at a market cap, Casper hitting a market cap of around $4.5 billion, and the price of Casper around that sort of market cap will be looking around 23 cents 23 cents per coin. And of course I've just put invest $1,000. Your investment after it would hit this market cap would be around $5,000. And if we look at the market cap rankings here, so around $4.5 billion would be looking, if we scroll up a little bit here, would be around sort of Shiba sort of level, Litecoin, and maybe even pushing it towards Matic or Polygon sort of level. And once again, yes, I do believe that Casper has the features to overtake this, as well as, Casper has a super strong community behind it that could definitely overtake these coins for sure. We've then got the realistic category. So these are the people who are sort of, very passionate about Casper, holding Casper for the long term. However, they want to set a realistic goal for themselves as to when to actually pull out their money for Casper. They're still looking at, they want to make money on Casper. So you can see realistic, I've put 10x to 15x, and the market cap of Casper will be looking at around $9 to $14 billion. And the price of Casper at this sort of market cap, $9 to $14 billion, would be looking at around 45 to 50 cents per coin. And of course, I just put here, invest $1,000. You'll be looking at, after it hit this market cap, you'll be looking at your investment to be worth around $10,000 to $15,000. And we look at the market cap of that, so around $9 billion to $14 billion is quite a big jump here. However, you'll be looking at your sort of around Dogecoin, Cardano, and this is quite a big gap here. So it will be hovering sort of in between Cardano and USD coin. And once again, do I believe that has the potential to overtake Dogecoin? 100%. Even, of course, I believe that Casper will overtake Dogecoin, just from the fact that Casper is a utility coin and Dogecoin is of course a meme coin. So of course meme coins have an incredibly strong amount of power because they have a strong community behind them, which they can just push a coin and skyrocket. However, with Casper just having such a strong utility behind them, I believe that Casper, yes, 100% could overtake Cardano and Dogecoin for sure. The next category we've got here are for the long-term, very passionate people about Casper who are, they are looking to hold on to Casper, for at least, the next bull run, and even maybe beyond the next bull run. So, in the next few years, they'll be holding Casper. And I put ambitious, I put 40x goal. And the market cap of Casper, if it did actually 40x, would be around the $36 billion mark. Price per Casper coin would be looking at a $1.80 Casper coin. And of course, if you invest at $1,000 and it hits the target price, the investment will then be worth around $40,000, guys. So can you imagine that? You invest $1,000 now, and hopefully maybe one day, if you're in this ambitious category, your investment could be worth upwards of $40,000. So if we look at $36 billion market cap here, if we scroll up, you'll be looking at, again, super big jumps when you're coming up to the top of the rankings here, but you're looking at around BNB level. And once again, I do believe that Casper has a strong enough, they have not only a strong enough community, but they have strong enough features to be, like I keep saying throughout this video and other videos, to be one of the very, very top cryptocurrencies. So yes, I do believe that it can overtake BNB. Towards the top of the cryptocurrency rankings, it does start to get very difficult. I mean, BNB is a super huge ecosystem, super huge coin that is used by many, many people. However, like I said, I'm not talking short term, I'm talking more long term. I do believe that Casper could actually have the potential to overtake BNB for sure. Last category I've got here are for, I'm not sure if there will be a huge percentage of people watching this video. I'm sure there's a big percentage of people who are very, very passionate about Casper watching this video. However, this unrealistic category here, of course I put unrealistic because it is not impossible. However, it is super unrealistic. We're looking towards 5 to 10 years mark of people holding Casper from the current date. So these are people who are super passionate about Casper, want to keep using the coin, and are just going to hold until it does eventually hit their target price, or maybe not even hit their target price. Maybe they just want to keep holding on to Casper and just use it as a store of value. So like I said, the unrealistic category, and I've put here 632x, and I wonder why I have actually put this here. You'll find out in a second here. So you'll be looking at a market cap of around $566 billion, guys, which is, of course, like I said here, I'm not saying that this is, this will happen. This, like I keep referring, this is extremely unrealistic. However, it is not impossible. And the price per Casper coin, if it did hit this market cap, would be looking at around $28 per coin. If you invested $1,000 today and it did actually hit this market cap, you'll be looking at your investment looking at over $500,000, over $632,000, guys. And of course, if you haven't guessed it already, the reason why this number is so specific is because I'm comparing it, of course, to the biggest competitor of Casper, which is, of course, Bitcoin, which I keep referring to, Casper being the modern day Bitcoin or the Bitcoin killer. So when I made this list, I believe I made this list a few days ago, you can see the market cap of Bitcoin has actually dropped a little bit here. However, you'll still be looking at around the 600x mark for, hitting the same market cap of Bitcoin. And like I said, do I believe that this could happen? I do believe that this could happen. However, not in the short term. I'm talking very, very long term future. Anything can happen in cryptocurrency. Of course, Bitcoin has got the advantage over Casper of it being, the first ever cryptocurrency, and so it's just got the aspect of people, I guess the sort of first mover advantage, and just the fact that people always, when they talk about cryptocurrency, they always, of course, first refer to Bitcoin. However, we've seen many things in cryptocurrencies, many coins come and go, and blow up out of nowhere overnight. So could Casper overtake Bitcoin or even rival Bitcoin one day? I mean, it is definitely it definitely has a potential, just from the fact that, like I keep saying, Casper is basically doing what Bitcoin was first originally meant to be doing. However, just doing it basically 100 times better, and it's basically just trying to be the modern day Bitcoin. So the final part of the video here, I'll just go over my personal price prediction on what category I am actually in with Casper. So with Casper, I am actually in the realistic category for myself personally. So I'm looking at around 10 to 15x. To be honest with you, I'm looking more towards the 15x and upwards sort of category here. And the reason why I'm sort of in this category here is because, like I keep saying, I'm super bullish about Casper. And I do believe that, I will see myself using Casper in the future. And I do believe that I will be holding Casper sort of very long term. However, I do still like to, with all my cryptocurrencies that I invest in, I like to set a goal for myself as to when to actually take profits in any coin, no matter how bullish I am about this coin. So I believe that once Casper, hopefully one day, will actually hit, a 15x on the current price of Casper, I will then start to begin to take profits on Casper. However, I will still be leaving, a good amount of Casper in there long term, just from the fact that, I will never ever take away, unless it skyrockets to, insane amounts. I will never ever take all of my money all out at once. I just like to take a little bit of profits, at a time if it does hit my goal, because I just believe that is the most responsible thing to do. Apart from that, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. I'm sure this video was a little bit longer, so if you did make it to the end, I'd like to thank you very much for watching, of course. Of course, if you're new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, like I said at the start of the video. And, also, if you want to comment anything, make sure you do leave it down below. If you're going to invest into Casper, you're passionate about Casper, you're not passionate about Casper, just let me know in the comment section down below. Apart from that, yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace.